Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at Made in Abyss, episode 12. So that ending, whoo! I kind of want to talk about this week's episode's ending first. I really do. Poor Mitzi, or I think it's Mitzi. The fact that blatantly our little rabbit girl went up to, basically Reg and told him, "Hey, can you kill Mitzi for me?" His face went from a super smile because I think he anticipated her saying that she was gonna go with him to, "Oh God, that's terrible. I have to kill this still alive creature." Last week, by the way, guys and girls, and I kind of want to make amends to what I said. I made a mistake in what I said, and a lot of people misunderstood it, but it's my fault completely because I did not say it correctly. I meant to say during my review and I realized it, and I must have had a brain fart and not even picked up on it. And I was wondering why people were commenting like, "Oh, it's not." They were commenting, "Why did you say it this way?" or whatever. But what I meant to say last week was, what if Liza was in the state of like Mitzi? What if she was like her? And I think when I actually said the review, and I don't remember exactly what I wrote or said it for it, I don't have the clip for it, but off the top of my head, I think I said, "What if that was Liza?" And I didn't mean to say that. Like, I clearly knew that was not Liza, but I completely misunderstood. I completely misunderstood what I was thinking and didn't portray it to you guys well enough. So I do apologize for that greatly. I hope no one was offended by me. I don't want people to think, "Oh, he couldn't even pay attention to that." It's like, no, I got that. I completely butchered the review for it, so I do apologize. But I was wondering because we see that at one point in this week's episode when Mitzi's on top of Liza, or not Liza, and I'm thinking Liza all the time, Rico, they seem to have this weird kind of almost, I want to say semblance, like where they were seeing each other in some odd form. And what was very interesting to me was they showed Rico as this kind of odd creature. It's not that she was human, but at the same time she had the human face of Rico, but she had no mouth, and her body was like a kind of cocoon of sorts. And when she actually finally woke up, she poked her eye toward the other person's eye, which I believe is Mitzi's eye. And what was interesting about this was, it came off as a very odd thing, because I wondered almost for a second, what if that was Mitzi's way of communicating with her, but even more so, what if that's what happened to Rico when she had died originally way back when and was put into the cube? Like, what if she became that gelatinous type creature? And, by the way, the whole time during that scene, I kept thinking of this old PC game, which, by the way, this is a warning. The old PC game I'm about to mention is called, I think it's like I Have No Mouth Yet I Wish to Scream. I might be slightly off of the name there, but if you type that in, you'll find it, trust me. It's also based off a novel, etc. I would highly recommend only mature audiences check out that game or even that book. It is a very, very dark story. Very dark. And it has a lot of very mature themes. So, that's a warning to you guys and girls. I'm not responsible for anything you decide to do with that, but, it kind of reminded me of that because Mitzi makes noises. We hear Mitzi make these, like, weird, almost like meows, but they're almost haunting in their own right. Because it sounds like a child, but it also sounds like someone's trying to reach out. And I almost wonder that, and this goes with what I mean by the ending of this episode, why it affected me so much, was what if Mitzi is suffering, and that's why, our girl wants her to be killed? We don't see that Mitzi's in pain, but what if she is? She has, first off, she's missing an eye. Her mouth is like not even. It's a mixture of teeth and sideways. It's crazy. It's weird. Her whole body is some kind of almost like blob creature. What if that is pain to her? And that's why Reg's face was like surprised by that, but. I thought maybe that's why she's saying that, because then we see a little cut before the end of the episode where they were suffering together, both the rabbit girl and Mitzi, well, I guess on some kind of adventure through a snowy area. And you almost have to wonder, like, maybe the whole time she's realized that this poor being needs to die, but she didn't want to do it, or she didn't have the gall to do it. So she knows Reg can, and that's pretty disturbing in its own right. Like, that was a very strong load of the series. I'm very curious what next week's episode will go with that. I think probably one of the biggest takeaways from this week's episode, though, is also we learn about the curse and how it works a little bit more. Like, they showed like a membrane. Apparently, you go through it too fast, going up at least, and it causes your vital organs to be hit by this wave of poison. But if you go through it at a slower rate down below, it doesn't affect you. It's very interesting. I thought that was kind of cool, the whole reference. But I'm really sticking with that ending. Like, that was crazy. It really was. And I'm very curious how they're going to end, because I know from what I hear, the last episode was supposed to be an hour long, from what I hear. I want to see that. I keep hearing rumors about it, but I'm like, I want to see the actual proof of that because I want to see it myself. I can't wait. This is probably, I'm not saying this is my favorite show of the season, by the way, folks. My favorite show of the season probably is Welcome to the Ballroom. And I will, by the way, probably have a top 5 thing of all the shows that I like this season. I'm not sure when I'll do that, but I'll probably have it out sometime coming up soon. But I'm right now loving this show. I really am. What are you guys' thoughts about this week's episode? I would love to know in the comments below. Tell me. By the way, as of Dive episode 12, which is the final episode, I will have that review out probably in 30 or 40 minutes. I still have to watch a majority left of the episode. I had to start. Well, I was watching earlier, but I had to stop, and I figured I'd watch these shows first before reviewing that because I knew that takes precedence later because I'm already like kind of late with it. But hopefully you guys check that out when it comes out. So I'll have that out. Right now it's like this probably come out by 4:20, 4:30. It'll probably be out by 5 o'clock, probably a little less than that. So I'll see you guys hopefully then. If not, God bless you all. I will talk to you later. That will be my last review of the day. So I'll see you then. Bye bye everyone.